Hello, this is Mike Lively from Northern Kentucky University. I'd like to show you our new component for Flex. It's a Flex 3D House Component, and you'll be getting all the source for this today as well. And you see when you roll over a house, it activates it, it throttles it. And when you click on the house, for example, you can see it appears up here, and you can actually roll your mouse over and throttle it as well. So let's go over the points on how this is built. Okay, this is a component that lives in Flex, and so let's take a look at the source code real quick here, and you can see here's my MX application tag, and in that is my 3D house tag, which holds the 3D code. And looking at the component, my 3D house component, you can see here's all the code for that, and there's about 1,000+ lines of code. So let's talk a little bit about how it was created. So we're going to step through the Flex 3D House Canvas component, which lives in Flex. And the source code can be downloaded from code.google.com/p/flex3 cookbook1/downloads list. Let's go there real quick. So here we are, and just go to house3d.com.zip and download the Flex component. And I can see already it's only been up for 2 hours, and 2 people have already downloaded it even before the tutorial. So there you go. So let's come back and take a look. The demo site is up, so you can actually take a look at how it works and play around with it at www.nkuflc.org/house3d. And here's some of the outlines of development. The houses, the DAE houses, are super low polygon houses built in 3ds Max. So we really wanted the demo to work, so we really brought the polygon level down, probably to about 20 to 30 polygons per house. All those DAE files are in the source code. We use multiple viewports, so let's go ahead and take a look at the code real quick and show you that. Zip down here a little bit. And you can see for each house we had a separate viewport, and that enabled us to throttle the viewport separately, so that actually it doesn't spin, the house doesn't spin until you roll over it. Let's go to the next point. All DAE files are downloaded before the app begins to run. So we actually have a counter in it that counts through the DAE files. When you get the number that you want to go, then you move on to the next step. And here's the big hack, and this is so important. If you look at our viewport files, we have set interactivity to false, and you're wondering how the heck do you interact with these things? How do you throttle them? Well, you use a flex trick. We actually put invisible buttons over them, and when you roll the visible buttons, it throttled the different applications. Let's take a look at that real quick. So in this part, we're downloading all the different DAE files, and then we're counting them, and when the count number gets to a certain amount, we initiate the file that needs to run. There's our initiation function right there. And we have this buttons enable viz. Basically, it moves the buttons out of the way. And the reason we need to do that is we've set this to false, the stage setting to false, and also the interactivity to false. And what happens when we put the buttons over the DAE, when you roll over, even though we may just enable them or whatever you might do, it's still reading that. So if you try to roll over a button while it's still downloading that DAE file, you'll get an error. So basically we just move the buttons off the stage, and when all the DAE is loaded, we throw it back onto the stage. There's your add children, there's your display object methods. And the way we move the buttons around and display objects around together, so you can, and enlarge them so you can actually get a nice clickable scene. Let's move on with the code real quick here. So if we scroll down to the bottom of the code here, we have our render statement. And basically whenever you roll over a button and it says, hey, the number 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, throttle that application. So here's the mouse X action. So when you roll your mouse, it changes the rotation of your house. So it's pretty simple code, straightforward. Hope you get some use out of this. There is a lot of optimization that still needs to occur here, but we had to move on to the next contract. So we stuck this into one of our energy contracts. It went for a demo today. People loved it. And we're moving on to the next contract. So hope you can get some use out of it. Just go ahead and download it and play around with the source code and watch the video. And thanks a lot for viewing in. This is Mike Lively from Northern Kentucky University.